dumb and I'll beat your ass, don't ever get in my face _ take your asses, oh, get your food, your sage, and maybe even your lawyer, because this isn't your usual love and hip-hop drama. When someone was formally banned, VH1 said, "Security, get her out." Yes, Yandy Smith, the self-proclaimed queen of calm and collected, just turned the whole outfit upside down and supposedly went WWE SmackDown on none other than Mena. We're talking wigs, flying makeup palettes, broken producers, ducking under lighting equipment, and now the consequences is so awful. VH1 is supposedly blacklisting Yandy from the whole reunion and potentially season 14. You didn't hear it from us. Well, you did, but what inspired this reality TV? Armageddon, a leaked DNA test, whispered voicemails, and a backstage fight that was so violent, it supposedly had executives threatening to cancel the reunion program entirely. Was this a setup, a tantrum, or simply another example of cameras capturing what should have remained off film? One thing is for sure, Yandy ain't turning up to the reunion in heels, unless it's in court. Hang around because we have the tea, the gossip, and the sources you never knew you needed. You ever heard the saying, pressure makes diamonds or it busts pipes? Well, sweetheart, the H1's pipes are busting, and what began as a regular recording of the reunion has become a full-blown, behind-the-scenes combat royale featuring none other than Yandy Smith, the queen of moral superiority, and Mena, reality TV firestarter with more drama than a Tyler Perry season finale. Let's rewind for a moment, since this chaos did not immediately fall from the sky. Rather, this tea has been steeping for months, if not years, and is now scorching hot. The match that lighted this entire fire, purportedly a DNA test that landed like a bombshell, disclosing something fans had for a long time. Some have speculated that Mendeecees, Yandy's former spouse, may be the father of Mena's youngest kid. Excuse me, that's what supposedly set off the sequence of events that would lead to a now dramatic backstage brawl that insiders are calling one of the most furious clashes in VH1 history. Even New York, the Queen of Chaos herself, could not have planned this one. But let's not pretend like this all happened out of nowhere. Yandy and Erica, they've never been great friends. There's always been shade thrown about, from covert remarks about parenting to eye rolls that might shatter necks. And when you bring men into the equation, the guy who's constantly delivering, "I got secrets," according to insiders, the creators had the right love and hip-hop mix for destruction. Been waiting for this DNA test for weeks. Word on the street is that Erica handed up the papers personally, along with the accusation that Mendeecees knew about the baby the entire time. Yup, apparently he even ordered the test on the low end. He happily submitted the sample, and when the findings came back, he sobbed like it was a Lifetime movie. Breakdown reportedly. So here's where things shift from soap opera to straight-up crime scene inquiry since the second this DNA test began making its way via the cast group chat. Yes, the group chat is where genuine drama lives. Yandy lost it. According to people close to production, she was obviously upset and first assumed the entire affair created phony news to stir some controversy before the reunion. But then came the tape. Oh baby. An unfiltered behind-the-scenes film shows Mendeecees slipping off set many times, and not simply to get munchies, was apparently meeting up with Erica, muttering things producers believed were personal, strange, and completely off. According to a Screenplay One source, Mendeecees instructed a producer to remove the sequence after discovering a camera had filmed him walking. Approach Erica's dressing room alone, and guess who viewed that raw tape for the first time only days before the reunion? And Yandy, depending on who you think, was either the image of calm or she was sitting in the Although Bay, breathing like she had completed a 5K on heels. One crew worker stated she didn't say a word. Watch mute stone-faced till she saw the message. Oh yes? We haven't even gone to the voicemail, saw someone. Mena reportedly released an audio recording from Mendeecees stating, "I can't let Yandy discover out like this, not like this." So let's create this image. You are Yandy Smith, and you have been battling for your marriage, staying by your partner despite jail criticism and castmate drama, and now you have footage, a DNA test, and a voicemail confession, literally gift packaged and dumped in your lap like an emotional explosion. And guess what? The reunion filming is the following day. So what does she do? Any emotionally distraught lady with a mic pack and a camera team would do. She arrives here to prepare for battle. So let's set the stage. Yandy Smith goes into the Love and Hip Hop reunion, set like a lady on a mission, dressed in black eyes. Locked jaw clenched, not a grin, not a wave, not even a false hello to the makeup crew. She wasn't there to shoot. Yandy skipped, according to an unnamed production worker named Tisha. the green area totally and proceeded right into Erika's dressing room. This is when things start getting, according to the crew workers waiting outside the hallway. Yandy did not knock, text, or she threw the door open like the star of a telenova, walked inside, and exclaimed, quote, "You really COULDN, single quotes T.wait, huh? .com low dead in the eyes. And what did Mena do? Oh, you already." She grinned and reportedly said, "You had years to ask questions, and I just gave you answers." Boom. That statement alone should have come with a waiver form, since according to reports. The precise moment Yandy lost control was when he grabbed his hair and smashed over chairs, shouting, scratching bottles flying, and yes, apparently a slap heard throughout the whole manufacturing floor, a smack so loud, the security guard assumed someone dropped a light rig, but it was Yandy's hand that collided with Erika's face, and Erika would not go down gently. She snatched Yandy's distinctive wig, and the two ended up in what's now being referred as, in VH1, inside circles as the dressing room death match. Producers hurried. According to a junior camera operator, one crew member was clipped during the turmoil and had to be treated for a twisted ankle. You can't make this stuff up. Numerous crew members indicate that immediately they were separated. Yandy was shaking, yelling, and wailing, not reality. We are talking about ugly sobbing on television, saying things like, "You ruined everything. You ruined my family." That's when everyone realized this wasn't about Erika. It wasn't about TV. It was raw, treachery, genuine feeling, real sadness. And guess what? Erika exclaimed as she was lifted up by two producers. Should be upset at him. Say what you want about Mena, but that phrase right there is coldly planned, completely nuclear, and just as the smoke seemed to settle, bang, another twist. Supposedly, a producer pulled a young intern aside and urged them to secure the film immediately, such as physically moving the SD cards to another area. According to sources, there were no backups or leaks, and the VH1 legal team was notified within an hour. Calls were flying back and forth between executives in New York and Atlanta. Because here's the thing, if a cast member assaults another on set, it's not only a nasty scene, it's a legal responsibility. And with witnesses' film, injuries, even if little, this was no longer merely drama, but possibly criminal. And it didn't take long. Within 20 minutes. Bloggers started tweeting cryptic comments such as "Heard there's chaos going on." One cast member was reportedly grabbed in a headlock as VH1 scrambled to handle a severe backstage scenario. Twitter transformed like a courtroom, and Instagram comments went full vicious for Team Yandy. Team Erika was throwing digital hands. Before anybody even understood the entire situation, let's go to the fake internet. Streets real fast for some public replies that certainly did not originate from burner accounts we built up. No sir. At Mena not tweeted, nor Yandy turning into Mortal Kombat backstage. She'd been waiting for this moment at Eric. Stan wrote Erika cautioned her that Erika had given her the truth. But Andy didn't want to accept it. Clip 23 stated, "If VH1 doesn't release that fight, I vow I'm canceling cable IDC." And while the crowd were having a field day, guess who became entirely quiet? Men's oh yes. Guy disappeared like Carmen Sandiego. No post, no comment. Not even a random anecdote about fitness or eating, simply ghosted. And that quiet made him appear guilty, AF. But 8 according to sources close to production, the Love and Hip Hop producers conducted an emergency meeting that the same night. The subject was whether Yandy Smith would be permitted to stay part of the brand. That's right. Not just the reunion, but the whole series. One source shared this information. It's not about what she did, but about if the tape is leaked and legal action is taken, VH1 might be held accountable for allowing it to happen under their watch. So let's sum this up. DNA bombshell reveals Mendeecees Erika's baby daddy voicemail. Confession leaks. Yandy reportedly strikes Erika backstage. Producers lock film. Legal team intervenes. Disappears. Fans go crazy. Yandy's future on the show hangs on a wire. And don't forget, Erika, of course, did what usually does when pandemonium erupts. She went live on Instagram in the video, which of course was screen captured in less than 30 minutes. Erika seemed to have just emerged out of a hair tornado, with her wig displaced and her lashes hanging on. By a prayer, but her voice calm, crisp, and icy. "I didn't come here to fight," she continued. "I came with receipts. I'm here with the truth, and if it hurts people, maybe they've been living in falsehoods for too long. Pass Yandy a neck, brace yourselves, because that was a verbal clothesline," as the video concluded. Erika dropped one more gem. "If VH1 wants to ban, that's all right with me. But at least I didn't hide behind a falsehood." You may say a lot about Mena, but one thing is for sure. Sure, the Lady understands how to deliver an exit line. Now, here's the kicker that no one anticipated coming. Yandy's manager reportedly contacted producers the next morning to clarify the air. An attempt to, according to one unidentified executive, it's not about Yandy now, it's about safeguarding the brand, and bam! Just like that, Yandy Smith, one of the longest-serving cast members, supposedly found herself on the unofficial ban list, which is not yet proven, but she was eliminated from the reunion. From commercials and radio silence from VH1 socials, by the following morning, the Love and Hip Hop production offices were on. Lockdown calls were not being answered, messages were left on read, and everyone was walking on eggshells as if the brand was ready to be hauled off TV. And in the heart of the storm, Yandy Smith, it wasn't only the smack, it wasn't just the fight, it was the tape. Everyone understood that if the video got into the wrong hands, once bootlegged or unintentionally revealed, it could wreck everything. VH1 wasn't only scared about a controversy, were frightened of a lawsuit, sources claim. Execs were contemplating whether to withdraw the whole reunion special entirely. Remember, Love and Hip Hop reunions are major months of preparation. Several camera teams, set designers, cosmetics, legal. If an entire segment becomes useless, it results in a six-figure financial loss. And if the network knowingly airs film, that involves a violent assault. Suddenly you're talking about liability claims and career-ending headlines. Mena was doing what she does best, controlling the narrative. When she posted a photo of her kid with the comment, "The truth always finds its way," there's no mention of Yandy or Mendeecees, just enough mystery to keep the internet guessing, and dragging people were loving it up. And the comments were brutal. Yandy actually mishandled a decade-long bag over Erica, didn't even strike at the guy who had been lying since season 1. Instead, she stood there and stated the truth. The genuine. That's why one should dump that video. We pay for television and drama, not NDA's cover-ups. And still, Mendeecees, there was no post, no remark, and not even a false cryptic phrase about defending peace or family. Over popularity, it was as if he disappeared, but days later, he eventually emerged, not on social media, but in a statement. No, on camera, a recorded interview, and what he said made things worse throughout the interview. Shot in what seemed to in a hotel room with limited illumination and choppy audio, Mendeecees seemed fatigued with bags under his eyes and a low voice. He did not refute the DNA test. He didn't deny meeting Erica off set. In fact, he confessed all he stated. "I was afraid, since I didn't want to lose. I didn't know how to tell my wife. I believed I could handle it on my own before it became public." But then he apologized not just to Yandy, but also to Erica. Some fans congratulated him for admitting up and finally becoming a man, while for others it was too little too late. The harm was done. One popular tweet put it up well, apologizing for the lady. "You adore throwing hands on national TV isn't heroic, it's cowardly." And Yandy hadn't commented publicly in a single post. No one liked anyone's statement, but sources close to her claim she was distraught. This wasn't just a PR, the ordeal was personal. And the worst part was that the H1 supposedly wrote her a letter announcing her suspension, was formally forbidden from participating in the reunion special. Her confessionals were removed, and her name discreetly deleted from season 13's promotional push. She didn't even have the opportunity to explain herself on TV. The lady who built her brand of being the level-headed one, the elegant one, the ride-or-die wife, had just become the example and warning the one who snapped behind the scenes. The team was in panic mode. Mona Scott reportedly phoned various crises PR firms to find out if there was any way to twist the narrative. Spoiler: there wasn't. The video and the audio existed. The blogosphere had it. Even if it never aired on VH1, it would leak soon, as it usually does. So what does VH1 do when a week following the reunion tape? Viewers noted that the most bankable star had quickly distanced themselves. Yandy's cast profile has been taken off the official website, and her Instagram tag was removed from the Love and Hip Hop page. She did not appear in any promos, teasers, or forthcoming episode summary. It was as if she had been removed from the program. The last nail in the coffin came when an unknown source shared a screenshot of an internal cast memo. It said, "Why Smith is no longer permitted for filming pending additional review by legal and compliance." That's Erica was doing her best to be unconcerned, live sharing beach photographs, smiling with her kids, making promo advertisements, even promising a tell-all interview that will clarify. Of course, supporters understood it wouldn't be clarifying anything, but rather adding fuel to an already burning fire. And what about Mendeecees? Was last seen in New York, reportedly staying with a friend, rather than at home with Yandy. There have been no joint appearances or relationship images. so it's unclear what will happen next. According to sources, Yandy the crew is battling to keep her on the show. They say the incident wasn't intentional and was a moment of emotions generated by months of emotional betrayal. Some think the choice has already been made, and VH1 wants to make Erica's example that no one, not even a 10-season veteran, is above. The brand has split supporters, with some saying she pushed her too far, that she knew precisely what she was doing, that she desired the fight. Some believe a Yandy should have known. Better that once you get hands-on, you lose the moral high ground permanently. And in the midst of it all, a kid with DNA as a consequence, a voicemail, a ruined marriage, and two women who probably didn't even detest one another at the time captured, in a war predicated on secrecy and secrets. But just when everyone thought it couldn't get messier, surprise out of Yandy and Erica began following each other on Instagram again, with no posts or comments, just a quiet little click. And in the realm of reality TV that's louder than any press release, fans quickly lost their heads. Nobody knows whether this is a hint of reconciliation, a setup for next season, or just a phony PR effort to ease the wrath. One thing is clear, this tale isn't ended, and Yandy's future on the program is in limbo. Erica's credibility is under attack, Mendeecees is still absent emotionally. Action, and VH1 is doing everything. The footage might be buried before the internet does what it usually does. Expose. It's the perfect storm of controversy, secrets, treachery, an infectious pandemonium kind of tale that reminds us all why we can't stop watching. Not because we love, however, due of their disarray. Makes our lives seem just a little more put together. And let's be honest, this is what is going backstage. What in the world are they saving for real season? Hence the question isn't what occurred, and what occurs next. Will Yandy ever come back to love hip-hop, or has she officially been eliminated from the reality TV Hall of Fame? Is Erica Mena indeed the villain? Just the truth teller no one was prepared for? And where the heck is Mendeecees? Hidden as to women's lives unravel over his secret? Because, let's be honest, you have two ladies pulling wigs and swinging emotions and putting TV contracts at danger. You, sir, better come with more than just an apologetic video with gloomy lighting. But here's what I would want to know from you. Are you viewing this? Right now, I believe Yandy Smith deserves to be blacklisted. Was the slap merely a reaction? Breaking point? And should VH1 show that? Lock up video or bury it forever. Drop your craziest fantasies into the comment below, because this drama is far from over. Discard your wildest ideas in the comments below, because this drama it's not finished yet. And hey, if you live for these jaw-dropping exposés, messy tea and the mayhem, no one else is bold enough to discuss bash that. Like, smash the subscribe button and turn on alerts to ensure you never miss another rundown of what your favorite celebrities are doing. The ultimate most is only the begin, because in the world of reality TV, drama is optional. Guaranteed to see you in the next expo.